Congratulations.
And,
So good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
and thank you so much for being part of the journey, right from the very beginning, I think.
So many congratulations, Prashant, Surbhi, Shireen, the entire CNBC family on this wonderful journey of 25 years. I'm sure the next 25 years are even more exciting. But 25 years of shaping policy, 25 years of catalyzing growth, 25 years of energizing entrepreneurs, 25 years of educating investors, and 25 years of empowering citizens. This has been a wonderful journey and many, many compliments to you. And this show can't get bigger than this.
Thank you, Navneet. Thank you, Navneet. Thank you for your gracious words.
For nation. Yeah.
And we must thank you as well because people like you who are veterans of the market, you've been partners through the years in this journey of moving forward, narrating the story of the Indian economy, the Indian market, and the Indian investor. Before you joined us, I was telling Prashant that when I started my career, and now I realize it's been a long time, the total size of the mutual fund industry was less than 1 lakh crore rupees. And today, 67 lakh crores.
The market cap was 8 lakh crores or so. Today you have HDFC Bank, Reliance, TCS, double the size of that market cap today. How far we have come. In 1999, I remember that Infosys raised money in US. That was a big movement. That was a big headline. And 25 years later, in your journey, you can say this is the year where people are celebrating in Korea that they've raised capital in India. How far we have come. And we have got the limelight. Thank you so much. But the real hero on behalf of whom we stand here is our investors and our partners who have built.
And again, I mean, one more statistic, 99, I think you had about 30-40 lakh investors.
Absolutely.
Now you have 10.5 crore.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's been a phenomenal growth. You look at India's market cap, you look at the number of companies with over $1 billion market cap. And this is just beginning. I mean, this is not a good year for global IPOs. This is a phenomenal year for Indian primary market issuance. Yeah. So we have a long way to go.
Navneet, I want to ask you this a little on the here and now as well, because while we talk about this journey, what's changed is the investor's psyche and behavior as well, right? And now we've had a great run since COVID. We're talking to you and we're bringing this mega event at a very interesting juncture where in some sense it's the first test of a lot of the new investors who've come to the market. Do you think they'll pass the test?
The maturity of the investors is much greater than in any of the previous cycles. We have seen the boom and bust of 84, 85, 91, 92, 99, 2000, 2006, 7, 8. But this time I think the way equities have got sold is for compounding, is for long term. It's very, very different this time. And I have huge belief that the way you guys have helped us in creating this equity cult, that you need to believe in the India story, believe in power of compounding, invest for the long term. This time is definitely...
I don't know who came up with that slogan, mutual fund sahi hai, but I think that's one of the best lines in terms of investor awareness, education. Just built the cult, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Yesterday we shot another program like the Nivesh ka Sahi Kadam. How do we take the mutual fund Sahi to the next level from 5 crore investors to 20 or 25 crore investors over the next couple of years? So yeah, long journey.
It'll happen. It'll happen. 100% it'll happen. Just a quick sense, Navneet, again, a little bit about the here and now. One of the things we've heard from some, again, it's just a phase we're going through. It's a 10% pullback from the highs. But FIs have been big sellers, right?
Local invest, and there is the primary issuance.
There is the primary issuance as well, right? So it combined is a pretty large, hefty number which is hitting us. Mutual funds and locals have bought. But how much more firepower? Is the firepower getting a little depleted in the near run? In the near term, daily flows are there, but what you start out with and where you are now in terms of just the
so you have flows, lump sum flows, little bit, but you have the monthly flows coming in, and if you see a little bit of more correction and prices become more attractive, you'll see higher allocation from some of the hybrid funds who have reduced the allocation because valuations were on the higher side. As valuations correct, you may have, opportunity for the fund managers to dip in, and for the foreign investors, I think a strong dollar, rising US rates, the changing global geopolitics and geoeconomics, of course India's valuations, some of these factors have played a role in them selling, but I think they have gone underweight. Don't fight against the might of a billion people. Dark clouds are always followed by a shining sun. This time won't be any different.
And I'll tell you what, since we're talking about investors believing in the shining sun and in the India equity story, we have a man amongst us who's been sort of a stalwart, channelizing that story and taking it to newer heights.
Please.
Mr. Ashish Chauhan, sir, thank you so much for joining in. Good morning. And it's a pleasure and an honor to have you here with us.
By the way, let me tell you, Ashish Bhai is the most humble CEO I know, and he now heads a company which is valued at, I think, close to $60 billion, Ashish Bhai?
That's 5 lakh crores. It is, I think, within the top 10 in terms of market cap in India. Right?
Yeah, if that is so. If it's 5 lakh crore, then yes.
So the question we want to ask
is, when will that be realized in terms of value? And no, but you were, just to, we'll talk about that later, but 1999 is when CNBC hit airwaves the first time, and you were at the NSE.
Yes.
And you were, it seemed like a different life, and you were championing something, I remember, which is again the hot topic, derivatives.
For me, the derivatives have been there with me from 95 onwards. We started NSE in 94. 95 is when I was given charge of setting up derivatives. And since then, we had LC Gupta committee and creation of Nifty and exams and all, and we were preparing, and still there were opposition to derivatives those days, but there were also interesting opposition for over trading. In the best of days, I will remember, in 92, the BSE could trade only 10,000 trades a day. Because once you trade on physical, just to remove the objection, that is, you have sold 1,000 and that person has written that he has bought 100, or if you had sold at 110.5 and he had written 111, you had to go back and actually do it. It would take 50-60 days to resolve that.
So only 10,000 transactional trades in a day were allowed. My God. Okay.
Could not be done before.
What the system could handle, yeah.
Within a year, NSE was doing 1 lakh trades a day. Today, NSE does 30 crore trades a day.
And that is in terms of, it's world beating?
It's world beating?
Trades in the world. And around 20 times larger than New York Stock Exchange. Why I'm telling you this is, those time also, people used to say now there is over trading. Over speculation and all.
That hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Over speculation. Yeah. Over speculation, over trading. Something has remained constant.
No, but I think he's...
So I used to tell them that when washing machines
people
came,
thought ladies will spend less time.
washing clothes. Instead, they started washing more clothes.
The technology allows you to do something.
You do that,
and
and you overdo it. But that doesn't mean that additional risk has come. Or
Once you manage the risk,
people
will continue to trade.
People will continue to trade. Those days, ask him. The transaction cost would be 2.5% official brokerage, then 2.5% sub-brokers, then GADA of 5-10%. It used to be very large. Today, you are doing pretty much at a zero cost. On real time, on your mobile, there is no GADA. GADA is the difference between the price at which the person used to buy on the floor and the way he used to tell you. So if he bought at 100, he will say he has bought at 110. You had no way to know.
Unbelievable.
Right? And so that GADA, and then 2.5% of brokerage, and then sub-brokers, and the full chain of sub-brokers. And then you will get your settlements after 60 days. You will get bad certificates. You can immediately figure out it's bad. You can give it back. But sometimes you get very good certificates, you send them to registrars and they'll come back because of signature mismatch or sort of a fake printing and all.
Yeah.
And so those are the days we have all seen. Today, it looks like magic.
It is. Screen-based trading.